And new details this morning in the NYPD investigation of a possible terror threat after a traffic stop and arrest. They revealed an alarming number of weapons and even police gear. The New York City police recovering a gun, 2 knives, a whip, a bulletproof vest with the NYPD logo, and even more disturbing items from the suspect's car. And police are now working to try to figure out what the 27-year-old driver was planning to do with all of it. NewsNation's Alicia Nieves is live in New York City. Alicia, this is a very scary situation here, particularly because of the 8 suspected ISIS operatives arrested this week in cities including New York City.
Yeah, this is not the first time just this week that New York City is dealing with some sort of terrorism issue. As you noted, this time yesterday, you and I were on the air reporting on 8 men around the country being arrested by federal authorities for their possible involvement with the terror organization ISIS-K. We reiterated this warning from the FBI that the U.S. right now is in this elevated state of kind of heightened terrorism, the threat of a domestic terror attack obviously being heightened. And then this happens, right? New York City possibly thwarting a terror plot. We are told now that the New York Joint Terrorism Task Force and other law enforcement agencies are now involved in possible terrorism probe here. Again, 27-year-old man, Judd Sanson, taken into custody. He was found with what you were talking about a moment ago, this cache of weapons. I mean, a gun, 9 loaded magazines, heavy body armor, a stun gun, multiple knives, a weighted whip, a hatchet, swords, even a blowtorch. We're told on one of the weapons, a baton, it had the words, quote, "God forgive me" in Arabic etched on it. But then also, and this is where the concern grows, there was parts of what this was found with this gentleman was parts of a New York City police officer uniform, also parts of an MTA or New York City transit uniform. When you put that together, right, with the cache or kind of war chest of weapons, and oh, let's not forget a vendetta mask, you start to ask yourself the same question that authorities are asking themselves right now. What was this man planning to do with all of this? What was his motive? They're not getting any answers from that man. He is lawyered up. He is not talking to authorities. But we are told right now that authorities are executing search warrants both at his home and on his electronic devices to try and get some of those answers, Anna.
Yeah, and probably talking to people he's close to as well. How do we know, what do we know about how authorities came across this guy? Did they find him? I know it was a traffic stop of some sort, but, it would be great if they'd found him in other ways.
I may have lost you, but I know that we were going to talk about, how authorities found this man. We're actually outside in front of New York City Police Department headquarters, and that's what happened here. They're saying that 2 patrol cars, essentially, or 2 police officers in a patrol car, were driving in Queens. They happened to see this man's Ford Explorer, black Ford Explorer. They saw his license plate was kind of being concealed. They call those a ghost car, and they pulled this man over. They started their investigation, and that led to this discovery. This man now obviously off the streets. All those weapons you're seeing on your screen right now, those are off the streets. We're told that top brass from the NYPD and authorities here in New York City are praising these 2 officers, again, while authorities try to wrap their head around and continue this investigation into this possible terrorism probe here in New York City, Anna.
And this is how things happen sometimes. It's just a headlight that's out or a license plate that's been covered, and then they find a whole lot more. Alicia Nieves, thank you so much for that.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. Also, don't forget to click that red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.